Well, good morning, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Steve Collins coming to you from beautiful San Antonio, Texas, the second most powerful, passionate, purposeful coach and speaker in the world. I hope you guys are excited for another wonderful day, this gift that we have been given to get it right again. Just like Groundhog Day, y'all. Quick conversation with you around integrity. And I'm going to make this statement as clearly as I possibly can, because so few people realize or reflect on the reality that how you build something is how you're going to have to maintain something. And why is that important? Well, you know, a lot of folks start out young with a lot of dreams and goals and ideas and thoughts about what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. The challenge that we run into here is that at a younger age, people may be willing to compromise things that they will not be willing to compromise when they get a little older and grow in maturity. Because you see, at an early age, everybody is pretty much focused on themselves. They're thinking about themselves, how they can do this for them, how they can make it better for them. And it's a very inward focused, very selfish focused conversation for most young people. It's about me and mine and getting all I can, as much as I can, as quickly as I can. And there has not been the testing and the trial by fire that has come from compromising their convictions on the altar of convenience that has cost them something. You see, when you have made some mistakes along the way, one of the things you discover is this: if you have to compromise your values, compromise your convictions to get what you want, you're going to live a compromised life and compromised values to keep what you have. Let me say that again. It bears weight. If you compromise your convictions and compromise your values to get what you want, you're going to have to live a compromised life of compromised values to keep what you have. So when we look at this equation, the conversation is brought to the forefront of awareness, which is this: am I kidding myself that by doing things I know I should not be doing in ways I really shouldn't be doing them to get what I want sooner rather than later, am I even aware of the fact that I'm not one day when I get my stuff or reach my goals or accomplish this vision, I'm not all of a sudden on that day going to now become a person of high moral character, high integrity, and unquestionable ethics. You do not get to turn into that person, because the decisions you have made along the path begin to forge the way that you operate. And your subconscious mind is so powerful, it knows when you are compromising your convictions to achieve or reach a goal or a destination. And when your subconscious knows that there's conflict, that creates hypocrisy, which causes one to internally be diminished and therefore be a little paranoid all the time, be a little concerned all the time, and not be able to move forward in bold confidence, the bold confidence that comes from operating in integrity. If you compromise your values on the altar of convenience to get what you want, you will live a compromised life to keep what you have, and you will wear yourself out. So what is my point? My point is, sometimes it takes a lot longer to build a powerful foundation based on character and integrity and ethics. It may take longer to build. It may take longer to acquire. It may take longer to achieve. However, because the foundation was built on the basis of honesty and integrity and moral ethics, good, strong ethics, that is an unshakable foundation. Now, that does not mean tornadoes and hurricanes are not going to come and hit what you have built there now and then. It doesn't mean that it's not going to get torn down. It doesn't mean that economies are not going to change. It doesn't mean that things will not happen outside of your control that you could not foresee that will cause you to have to rebuild again. However, you will be building on a very strong, solid, and steady foundation, and rebuilding will be much, much easier. So I conclude with this today. If you find yourself in the building phase, in the growing phase, in the development phase of your career, of your business, of your relationships, of your spiritual life, if you find yourself compromising what you know to be excellent and right along the way, well, it's just a little white lie. Well, that's just a little thing. Well, yeah, I can write that off. Well, it's no big deal. Well, I can say this. Well, it's for the greater good, so it's okay if I say this. If you find yourself compromising the little things, you will be found out. It's just a principle of life. You will be found out. And it ain't going to feel good once you get found out. It ain't going to be good, because you can lose what you have in an instant if you have compromised your ethics, integrity along the way. Well, I know you're not killing anybody. I know you're not killing anybody. I know you're not committing an egregious, violent crime. What I'm talking about is crimes against your character, where you are aware of the right to do, and yet you think, if I do this, I'll get the result faster, and it's okay, it's all right, I'm not hurting anybody, nobody's gonna know, it's gonna be okay, I'll fudge on these numbers, I'll compromise on this data, I'll make myself seem better than I am, and I'll put out, stuff out there that just really promotes me more, and it'll be okay, because when I get what I get, it's all gonna be better. No, it's not. If you're faithful with little, you can be trusted with much. If you're unfaithful with little, you will be unfaithful with much. It's a basic principle. You don't change once you arrive. It's like, I get a chance to talk to young men now and then. And one of the challenges that most young men have is they are visual, they have roving eyes, and they may or may not be aware of how dishonoring that is if they are with their girlfriend or fiance, let's say at a restaurant, and a woman that they considered beautiful walks by, and the guy's talking to his fiance, and the girl walks by, and the guy, does one of those. You guys have seen it. If you're a woman, it's happened to you. If you're a guy, you've been stupid enough to do that until you learn and understand what an incredible dishonor that is, and the discipline that it takes to manage your thoughts and your eyes and go, no, baby, I ain't gonna look at that. I ain't gonna look at that. I'm not gonna do it. I'm right here. I'm with you. I tell these guys this: if you don't get that stuff under control while you're dating, it ain't automatically gonna show up just because you put a ring on your finger. What do you think? You think this is like, you Frodo? Are you Bilbo Baggins? You're going to put on the magic ring, and all of a sudden, you ain't struggling with the roving eye. All of a sudden, you ain't struggling with thinking about other women. All of a sudden, you are self-disciplined. No, it don't going to happen like that. You have the opportunity to build on it now and build the habits now, so that when you do put that ring on your finger, it's already put into place. You see what I'm saying? You don't become a man of high discipline and high respect and honor for your girl just because you put a ring on your finger. You build on that, and you build on that. And it's the same way in your life and your business. If you compromise your convictions on the altar of convenience to make a more hasty or speedy way of getting your money, getting your career, getting your advancements, getting your promotion, if you compromise your convictions on the altar of convenience to get where you're going, you're going to live a compromised life to keep what you have. So my charge and challenge to you today, my dear friends, is simply this: check yourself before you wreck yourself. Have a checkup from the neck up and see if you have an advanced case of stinking thinking, as my mentor Zig Ziglar would say, and see if you can't tweak a couple things here and there to make sure that you're operating in excellence and that you're willing to be patient to build something the right way. Because what you build in the flesh, you're going to have to take care of in the flesh. What you build in the spirit, through spiritual principles, you get to maintain in the spirit. And the effort is significantly less, because you will have the principles of the good Lord working for you instead of those principles working against you. If your desire is to live as big a life as possible, I challenge you to examine yourself today and make sure that the decisions you're making today are in alignment with pure motives for a desire to serve and bless other people, trusting that, although it may take you a little bit longer than the other person who's compromising those convictions, when you build your thing, it's built to last. Have a great day, guys.